I'm Vanessa Meyers, and I just want to tell you guys my story. My earthly father was all about appearance. He would scream at us if we didn't wear the right clothes or if our hair wasn't just right for church. He always made sure we sat in the front pew and prayed in public and showed up at least a half an hour early. And this is exactly what I thought of God. I thought I had to look perfect, I had to be perfect, I had to just do everything perfect. The strange part about it all was I still acted like a Christian. I did all the things a typical Christian would do for selfish reason because I liked how people praised me for what I did. As I grew up, I lived in sin. I talked the talk, but I couldn't walk the walk. I drank my way through high school, and I was living for myself. I enlisted in the Army as a medic in 2008 and went to Afghanistan in 2009. Afghanistan was really tough. I wouldn't wish those images on any one of my enemies. I went through a time there where I just completely doubted God. I thought no God would allow human beings to just do this to each other. I saw my friends die and just bodies being mutilated and kids my age just taking their last breath, and it wasn't fair. Why would God allow this? September 15th, 2009, my platoon had a typical air assault mission. We were on the first helicopter, and when the second one was coming into land, I stood up to move for him, and the rotor wash blew me into a 30-foot well. The next thing I knew, I woke up on a stretcher in Afghanistan. I had a brain injury and a shattered vertebrae, and I was paralyzed from the waist down. I was so upset. I thought, why wouldn't you just let me die there? It would have been so much better than this. That was when I hit my all-time low. It was 9 a.m. when I started having those feelings, and all the visitors went home around 8 p.m. At that moment, a chaplain came in, and he must have seen my chart, so he knew what I was feeling, and he just asked if he could pray with me. He started praying, and he just said, God, just let her feel you in this place, God, and just let her know that no matter what, you will carry her through. For the first time in my whole life, I felt God. I felt a sense of comfort come over me that I can't explain. I prayed the sinner's prayer, and I gave my heart to Christ that night. In the morning, I asked all the nurses where the chaplain went, and no one knew. He never signed in or out. Later on, I had surgery on my back to remove most of the bone fragments, and all the doctors said I'd be paralyzed. After surgery, I could feel my legs, and the doctors still can't explain it. From that point on, I've seen so many miracles in my life. I'm so undeserving, but God called me out. He called me out of sin, He called me out of death, and He called me out of a life without purpose. I'm one of the few people that went to Afghanistan dead, but came back alive. I sometimes have people ask me, how can you walk with a cane and still praise God? And my answer to them is, first of all, I have cool canes, and second of all, I get to share my testimony with me wherever I go. How many people have an opportunity to share the gospel in any situation? So today I go to Liberty University for Christian counseling, and today I just want to make my faith known to the world.